We all know, but still pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole.
Today, my administration is issuing new warnings that, based on evolving intelligence, Russia may be planning a cyber attack against us. And as I said, the magnitude of Russia's cyber capacity is fairly consequential, and it's coming. The federal government is doing its part to get ready, but under U.S. law, as you all remember, the private sector, all of you, largely decides the protections that you will or will not take in order to protect your sources. But let me be absolutely clear about something. It's not just in your interest that are at stake with the potential use of cybersecurity. It is the national interest at stake. And I would respectfully suggest it's a patriotic obligation for you to invest as much as you can in making sure, and we will help in any way, that you have built up your technological capacity to deal with cyber attacks. First, to protect your own companies. Second, that provides as providers of critical services that Americans rely on, from power to clean water. And finally, your role you can play in helping secure every American and every American's privacy. For example, banks can turn on cybersecurity by default for every customer, so America's financial data is safe. And we're prepared to help you, as I said, with any tools and expertise we possess if you're ready to do that. But it's your decision as to the steps you'll take, and your responsibility to take them, not ours.
Urging private sector partners to take immediate action to shore up their defenses against potential cyber attacks. We've previously warned about the potential for Russia to conduct cyber attacks against the United States, including as a response to the unprecedented economic costs that the U.S. and allies and partners impose in response to Russia's further invasion of Ukraine. Today, we are reiterating those warnings, and we're doing so based on evolving threat intelligence that the Russian government is exploring options for potential cyber attacks on critical infrastructure in the United States.
The Russians right now are watching very closely. Their intelligence services and our intelligence services are watching each other, from the sky. We're listening to phone calls, intercepting, trying to detect any sign of an impending escalation, because the Russians are paranoid and they believe that we might intervene to help Ukraine, because look how hated Putin is and how adored Zelensky is. If they decide that this is actually going to become a reality, that we're going to intervene, they're afraid that they will lose that conflict, and at that point Putin can authorize what is called preemptive doctrine, unleashing crippling cyber attacks on the United States, and potentially even space warfare types of attacks. And this is why we had warnings from the DHS, Department of Homeland Security, telling us to brace for these attacks. So that is the threat. It's an unintentional escalation, and because Putin is prepared, and I feel that we are not, because I've witnessed lack of preparation, that is where the threat comes in.